Age-old writer's dilemma. What do I write about? I don't have new ideas. My life is too boring. Nothing's happening. What should I write about? Well, I'm here to show you how easy it can be to just grab stories from your everyday lives, no matter how mundane, and turn it into a prompt for writing that you can turn into an article, a short story, a personal narrative, whatever you like. Hey, everybody, I'm Ricky Heller from rickyheller.com. I'm a writer, an editor, and book coach. And I've decided to start this prompt a day for at least this month, where I'm going to just pick something that happened to me during the day. And it might seem really small and really kind of uninteresting in the moment, and show you how you can turn that into a writing prompt. And then I'm going to challenge you to write about it and share it with me. So today, here's the story. I drink matcha tea every morning. I love matcha tea. It's one of my favorite things. I mix it with oat milk and yum, yum, yum. So this morning I made my matcha as usual, and I put it on my cup warmer here on my desk where it sits usually while I'm working. And after like half an hour, I realized I hadn't really had any of it. I just wasn't in the mood. I just didn't feel like drinking matcha today. Now that happens like maybe once every few years, not very often. But in those cases, I just don't drink it. I go to have something else, a smoothie, mushroom coffee, whatever's in the house. But that tiny little event got me thinking all about what is taste anyway? What makes us drawn towards certain foods, certain flavors, certain tastes versus others? And so that's our little germ for today's piece of writing. I want you to think about food, what we like, what we don't like. It could be food and drink, what we like, what we don't like, and why, and turn that into either a personal narrative about your own experiences with food over the years, maybe, or maybe you've just recently discovered something new. It got me thinking about the difference between childhood taste and adult taste, things that I loved as a kid, I can't stand now, and vice versa. So you could use it in that way, or different cultures, foods. I think this particular topic is maybe a little more suitable for nonfiction. So, like I said, a personal narrative, or you could just do it as an informational piece if you were going to pitch a magazine article and write about food and taste, especially if there's something out in the news right now that's a new kind of taste, a new kind of food. So that can go in a million different directions just from that one little sip of matcha that today didn't appeal to me the way it usually does. If you can come up with a piece of fiction, like a short story that somehow starts with this, that would be amazing. I would love to read that too. So here's how it works. I'm going to put out a prompt like this every day during the week. And at the end of the week, send me one piece of writing. It should be less than 1,000 words based on one of those prompts that happened during the week. At the end of the month, I am going to take one, I'm going to choose one at random and provide a professional edit for it. I'm a developmental editor. I help people shape and structure their work. And I'll also talk about the language use, the voice, the style, all of those things, and provide feedback for you. This is something that usually runs in the hundreds of dollars for 1,000 words. So please, if you are interested in writing, this is a great way to get your practice. Send me a piece of writing and I'll return it to you absolutely free. If you're looking for a place to do the writing, I hold a Zoom room every Wednesday morning at 9 a.m. Eastern, and we just get together and write in silence. We all do our writing work. It's great to have that community of people around you where you just know that everybody's working and everybody's focused. We will check in and say hi, and then at the end, we'll just have a couple of minutes of chit chat. You can share if you like, and we go on our way. It's a great way to have that accountability, like I said, and that community. So I hope you will take up this challenge. That's your prompt for today around food, and write something, send it to me at ricky@rickyheller.com. Would love to see what you write. And then I'm going to do the same thing, and I will post my responses on my Substack, which is Ricky Heller. It's called Being Human is the particular Substack. All right, I'm going to put all this information in the chat for you, and I really hope to see your work. Okay, everybody, happy writing, and see you next time.